Hey guys, Cecil here once again, and I'm back at you with another unboxing, and this is one I've been highly anticipating, waiting to be able to do for you for the past several weeks, so let's just dive right on into it. What you're looking at are both the collector's editions for Dragon Ball FighterZ and Monster Hunter World for the PlayStation 4. Both of these games came out on Friday, January 26th, and are probably what are the first two major releases for 2018, and have really kicked off the spring release calendar, which generally runs from February through June or so. Both have been getting very, very good critical reviews. Monster Hunter World specifically, I believe, is already one of the best-selling games in the series, and this is the first really built from the ground up AAA Monster Hunter game on console in almost a decade. The series has primarily been on portables between the PSP and the 3DS. There was the Wii U version of Monster Hunter 3, which was mainly just a port of the Wii version with upscaled HD graphics. It really wasn't built from the ground up to take advantage of the hardware. But needless to say, it's been a highly anticipated release just for the fact it really takes advantage of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And it's been getting very good reviews, as well as Dragon Ball FighterZ. This one has been getting a lot of hype over the past several months since its announcement. Basically, all the fighting game community has been chomping to get their hands on it, and they finally do have it in their hands. Finally, all the gameplay I've watched, all my friends are loving the game so far. It's got a very, very good pedigree from the developers, Arc System Works, who have worked on other anime-style fighters like Blaze Blue and the Guilty Gear series. So probably the first really, really good fighting game in the Dragon Ball franchise, probably since the Budokai games, for what it's worth. But needless to say, both have been getting very, very strong reception from the gaming community. But we're really not here at the end of the day to talk about the quality of the games. That speaks for itself. We are here to take a look at what you get in these big boxes when you spend all this ridiculous amounts of money on these two collector's editions. And both of these weren't cheap, I will say that much. I've been slowly paying them off over the last several weeks, and I was so happy to finally get my hands on them. So let's just kind of dive right into it. We'll start with Monster Hunter, since that's the smaller of the two boxes. So let me just kind of take Dragon Ball and set it down on the floor for a second. So in the Monster Hunter box right here, it pretty much got the picture of the main dragon in the game, Zora Magdaros. And then you kind of turn it around, you got the Monster Hunter logo as well as the Monster Hunter logo on the top. And the description says, "A new world awaits. Once a decade, elder dragons cross the sea, heading for a distant, unexplored continent. Drawn to this migration, you embark on an epic journey to unravel this mystery and the dangers that lie beneath." So pretty much, you don't really play Monster Hunter for the story, but there's usually a bit of a plot behind all the games and why you're out there killing monsters and grinding parts to get better weapons and armor. And then on the back, you've got another picture of the main dragon, all the pertinent information, and then you got the description of what you get in the box, which is the game. It looks like you get some DLC, you get the collector's box, there's the Zora statue, and an art book. So that's pretty much everything that's on the outside. The bottom is just a black thing, nothing on the bottom. So let's go ahead and take the sleeve off here real quick. So if you guys have been playing either of these games, let me know what you think of them in the comments below. I always like to be able to read people's comments. So I guess this wasn't a sleeve, it's just the entire top. So, once you get the box open here, in the top, it's pretty standard fare. You've got your standard vanilla copy of Monster Hunter World. Apparently, the PS4 version comes with some Horizon Zero Dawn content. Pretty standard vanilla copy of the game. Nothing really special about that. You also, looks like you get a couple of postcards. I'm guessing, oh, nope, take that back. These aren't postcards. This is the DLC for the game. So there's codes on the backs of these, so I better not show the backs. So it looks like you get the soundtrack and the extra DLC for the game. And that's nothing else on the top, so let's go ahead and pull the top off of this. Next is the art book when you open up the top. And I'm not going to spend too much time flipping through this. But I'm assuming this is pretty standard stuff for an art book. Just probably designs of a lot of the monsters from the game. These are always kind of ultimately pointless at the end of the day, but it is kind of cool to see some of the concept art and the monsters and how they came to be, because I will give the Monster Hunter series credit. They always have some really, really creative character designs, and for the number of games they've put out there, comparable probably to Pokemon in a lot of ways, just with the sheer number of titles, they've done a good job on the character design department. So here is the final piece to the Monster Hunter, and just in a white box. Well, this does not want to come out. So it sits nestled nicely in a little black sleeve. So there's really not much else to this. So let's go ahead and put that back. So the box that the statue comes in, and I guess the character that they made a statue out of is Gigante, I guess. I don't know how you want to pronounce that. I'm probably not going to try to butcher that name any better. But nothing really special. Probably any kind of collectible that would be tied to a game like this. So let's go ahead and take him out of the box. Alright. And pretty standard statue stuff. Cardboard box, protected by plastic. I will say, definitely a bit bigger than the Monster Hunter 4 Collector's Edition, but not that much bigger. I will say that much. And of course, wonderful, wonderful tape. Always love tape on these kinds of statues. I understand that they've got to protect the statue, but man, for unboxing videos like this, tape is always the most inconvenient thing. But otherwise, pretty standard stuff, and I missed the tape on the other side, so don't mind me, guys. Again, technical difficulties persist in all of my unboxings, so please just bear with me. I do my best to keep you entertained and talk while I do these. And pretty standard plastic shell, nothing major. And here is the main little statue. Not as big as I thought it would be, but still just kind of looking at this. So this is actually a pretty well detailed dragon in the game, to say the least. I like the kind of probably rocky, I forget, like I forget the rock term they used to describe this kind of rock stratus. But definitely a very, very cool, even if it's a smaller statue, definitely a very, very cool and detailed looking statue. Nothing really special on the bottom other than just the copyright. I do like the paint job, everything on this. For a smaller statue, very nicely detailed. This collector's edition was a bit of a limited run. I don't know how many they made. I believe it was a GameStop exclusive, but don't quote me on that. It was 150 bucks, and I would say, is it worth 150? I mean, I'm going to pay it just because I get my employee discount and everything, and I'm a fan of the series. But 150 bucks was asking a lot for the limited amount of stuff you got in that box. So moving along to the main feature of the unboxing video, the Dragon Ball FighterZ Collector's Edition. This has a statue and a bunch of other stuff, but before we get into the unboxing of this, I do want to just quickly open up. This was the pre-order bonus for Dragon Ball FighterZ, if you pre-order the game from GameStop. It is a little 3-inch Super Saiyan Goku figure, and I actually haven't even taken it out of the package yet. So let's go ahead and take him out of the box to see. Not expecting much, given it is a little 3-inch giveaway. It's in his Dragon Ball Super Saiyan Blue form. And actually, for a little giveaway, for a little 3-inch statue, it's actually pretty decent quality. You even get a little stand to put him on that says Dragon Ball FighterZ. I don't know if he's going to stand very well. He even stands pretty well just on his own, even without the stand. So for a little freebie, that's actually a pretty nice, detailed little statue. So that was always a nice little freebie to get. I won't ever turn down a free little goodie, especially a little statue. So let's take a look at the main box here. Pretty much just the logo and the main three Saiyans. You got Gohan, Vegeta, Goku, all in their Super Saiyan 2 forms. You've got Goku. This is what the statue looks like inside the box, the collector's edition. And then on the back, it just kind of gives you the True Power knows no limits, and then in the other languages just kind of explains what you get. You get some art boards, you get the statue, steel book, the box, and a day one edition of the game. And then the same thing on the other side, just Goku. Says same thing on the box, nothing on the bottom. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. So this is much more unboxing friendly, I will say that much. So right here, I'm assuming are the art cards if I had to be a betting man. So let's go ahead and pop these open just so you guys can see what these look like. I always like Dragon Ball. I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably been watching Dragon Ball Super, at least if you're a fan of Dragon Ball. I will say I like the series a hell of a lot better than I did GT. Although GT, for what it was, I guess was okay. But not the best Dragon Ball series in the grand scheme of things. I almost consider it more of just an alternate timeline at this point. So here's the first lithograph. So they've got a plastic, and then they've got another layer of plastic to protect this. Jeez Louise, I get they want to protect this stuff, but man, plastic on plastic on plastic. The amount of stuff and materials they probably waste to produce some of this stuff is insane. So basically you got a little lithograph of Goku in the Super Saiyan Blue form with Beerus, nothing on the back. Then you've got Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan. Again, nothing on the back. And then you've got Android 17 and 18. So some pretty neat little lithographs. Probably would look good on a wall, but these are probably just going to stay in the packaging in the box. Here you got the steel book. The game actually isn't in the steel book, but pretty standard stuff. Nothing on the inside, just a spot to put the disc. But a pretty good steel book. I always like metal cases. Never hurts to have them for collector's purposes. They always look kind of cool on a shelf as well. And here's your pretty vanilla day one edition of Dragon Ball FighterZ. Nothing really overly special about the game itself. They all come in these nice little slots. So let's go ahead and pull the main statue out of the box. This, I believe, if I understood correctly, was a manga dimension statue. And what that means is it's got the special shading of where they're in the aura of the Super Saiyan. They've got the shadowing and the shading. So just Dragon Ball FighterZ on the outside. Nothing super special. Pretty standard collector's edition stuff. Let's go ahead and take Goku out of his enclosure. I definitely like the look of this statue, for sure. At least looking at the initial view of him from inside the plastic, and more and more wonderful, lovely tape to make my unboxing videos an unbearable nightmare. And if you stick with me and listen to me babble for the entire duration of these videos, I always do appreciate it, guys. These don't always go the best. And I appreciate you sticking around and seeing all the cool stuff that these unboxing videos have, as well as watching my channel in general. So, here we got Super Saiyan Goku powering up. Doesn't really light up or anything, but yes, he definitely does have that manga dimension paint job that a lot of those statues in that series have. You got the Dragon Ball FighterZ logo. You can't really see it, but it's kind of got the dust billowing up while his aura in the background. Doesn't really light up or do anything. Pretty good detail on the statue. Just he's got the, you know, when they power up, they blow a lot of dust and smoke, and that's what this detailing down below here is. But pretty cool nonetheless. So there you have it, guys. That is pretty much the unboxing video for both Dragon Ball FighterZ and Monster Hunter World. If I had to have, other than the fact the prices on both, the Dragon Ball FighterZ Collector's Edition was $140 and Monster Hunter World was $150. I mean, you're always going to pay a bit of a premium for these, but my biggest gripe, at least with the Dragon Ball FighterZ Collector's Edition, was the fact that it did not include the Season Pass. If you're going to sock gamers $150 or so for a collector's edition, at least throw in all the content. I mean, it's a pain in the ass to already have to spend that much just to get the penultimate edition of a game, but not to have even the season pass included with that it's kind of crappy if you ask me. It's a minor gripe, admittedly. These are still going to both look really cool on a shelf, to say the least, and I'm glad I was able to pick them up and share this with you guys. But again, let me know what you think of the games down in the comments below. Did you buy any of these collector's editions? I know Dissidia comes out this week, and that had a collector's edition that I wasn't able to get, and I probably won't be able to get that game for a while. Let me know what you guys think of the games or you thought of the unboxing down in the comments below. And as always, guys, you take it easy, and I'll see you next time.